All right, we're standing here right now with Rocky Gunderson, who is one of the founders of SeeSaw Networks. I'm going to let him explain exactly what that means, but first of all, Rocky, thank you so much for being with us. We're talking DOOH on a large scale. So, Rocky, could you start off a little bit by explaining what SeeSaw does?
I'd be happy to, and thanks for inviting me, Tony. SeeSaw originally was considered an aggregator in the marketplace, and what does that mean? It means we work with networks around the country. Right now we're a US-based company. We work with networks in certain categories that we aggregate together around what we call a life pattern. And a life pattern is an audience that a media agency would like to buy, but they like to buy it on a national scale. Yeah. One of the big issues in our industry historically has been, I want to go connect with mom and families, and I know moms are in grocery stores, so let me go find a grocery store network. Oh gosh, I can only get this grocery store network in 2 or 3 DMAs. I want to be in the top 10 DMAs. I want to raise the value of my brand for this target audience. So SeeSaw said, you know, it's really important to understand the category, because at the end of the day, the screen and the location and the demographics are critical. But can I now pull together a national campaign across several different categories, so that Alpha Mom's going to be in grocery stores sometimes at the health club, sometimes at the coffee shop after she's dropped the kids off. She drops the kids off at the kids' gym, and then she waits for the kids to fulfill their exercise. I want to get that whole life pattern. So a brand could go in with SeeSaw or an aggregator like us, and they could say, I can connect with this Alpha Mom during the key points of her busy lifestyle, and build my brand awareness in several different types of locations, whether it's work, play, or social. So we can bring that whole national ad opportunity, awareness opportunity together in one plan and buy.
Now, how does, and one of the things I love most about what you guys do is the life pattern marketing. It's something you'll see immediately when you go to the SeeSaw Network's website. How is that kind of a different approach than some of the other networks have taken in order to attract advertisers?
I think what we've tried to do is we've tried to connect with that planner. And that planner has a really tough job. The planner's trying to plan different media. They're trying to plan, they have to worry about so many different things. And our media, digital place-based media, is extraordinarily rich. It's also extraordinarily complex. You have to worry about, where's the screen placement? Is there audio? Is there not audio? Is it landscape? Is it portrait? And so that media planner has so many responsibilities. We take a lot of the complexity out of that planner and say, don't worry about any of that stuff. Let's worry about who your audience is. Let's worry about how you want to connect with that audience. And let's go in and in a sense, kind of optimize a plan in a system, because we actually have a technology that supports this life pattern approach. And what you find as you go through that approach, and now as a media planner, I sort of get what I asked for, but I know that I can execute because it's all been built into the technology because of the strength of the database.
All right, Rocky, one more question for you here before I let you go. What does the future have in store for digital out-of-home in terms of creating more opportunities for large-scale ad buys?
Well, we think digital out-of-home is all about the place. So we have the big advantage of having somebody engaged in an environment that we can identify from the perspective, again, of work, play, or social. And once they're in that place, there's several things we can do with them. There's a social media connection. There's what we call an experiential marketing connection. So once they're there, perhaps there's an opportunity for them to actually experience the product. So they may see something on the digital screen that isn't necessarily an ad, but say it's branded content. Say it's a really interesting new idea, maybe driven by music or driven by sports, sponsored by a particular brand, and now I have a chance to experience that product once I'm there. Well, again, we're in places, and people are in a certain mindset in those places. If they're with their buddies, then that sampling opportunity is huge. So that experiential opportunity within that place is really big. The social connection, this was a social media, and so connecting them back through their cell phone or again with the opportunity to really take advantage of that product is huge. We're TV out of home, okay? So we have to play to that notion of branded content. We have to play to the notion of sight, sound, and motion, and give people the opportunity to experience that product or that brand once they're out and about in the real world. So it really it starts with the screen. It starts with the content that's on the screen, but then it leads to that notion of letting other people know, of trying the product, of experiencing the product, and then buying the product.
Perfect. Rocky, thank you so much for your time. It was great to be with you. Rocky Gunderson from SeeSaw Networks. You should check out the website if you're interested in marketing at all, because it's a very unique concept that I think will go far. So Rocky, again, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you, Tony.